2 million Lagos residents use the waterways on a monthly basis. Well, this is according to the General Manager of the State Waterways Authority, Oluwadamilola Emmanuel, who says safety on the waterways has improved tremendously.
The waterways in Lagos State are getting busier by the day as more people turn to water transportation as an alternative to spending hours on the road. According to the State Waterways Authority, up until a year ago, this mode of transportation contributed only 5% to the state's economy. Currently, 2 million people move on the waterways on a monthly basis, connecting different communities in the coastline areas through the 34 designated routes, 26 of which are fully active. Some commuters who use the waterways frequently share their experiences and the areas that need improvement.
Ever since I started sailing through waterways, I noticed it's one of the best and the safest way or means of transportation.
I stay in the Jeddah axis, of Lagos, so we don't have a direct, access to Lagos State provided boats. There we ply most of these small boats that are run by, local and private owners. So when it comes to safety and all of that regarding the particular type that I use, we just hope that it gets better. We look forward to service getting better, because we see a lot of breakdowns, issues with regards to monitoring and coordinating these small boats and private boat owners. They need to be put in check. A lot of things are done on the platform of monopoly. They handle things from their own particular discretion, which is not many a times to the advantage of the commuters.
A trip to the Liverpool terminal shows the level of economic activities going on there. Unshielded plank boats are mostly operated here, and the passengers seem comfortable on them.
This is Liverpool waterside area of Apapa in Lagos, mostly dominated by women traders who buy and sell seafood. As you can see, this is their daily routine.
They also share their story.
Some people are like to pass road. Some people are like to pass water because there is many village. People are going to Koroduna. Some people like to fast. Maybe I'm going to Badagry now. I like to pass water because I need to pass water because I'm hurry.
At 2014.
I have been piloting a boat since 2014. I took to this profession when I had no other alternatives, and since then I have made enough money to take care of my family and myself.
Water transportation is the safest means of transportation as far as Lagos State is concerned. Like in this Liverpool here, we have several routes that people ply. Some ply Ojo, some ply Badagry, and then by this side you have about 30-something communities. The fishermen also live there. They cross over from that side to do their businesses here. and we don't have, should I say, we do have, but it's less water accidents. So, but we'd like to encourage the government to a kind of, from time to time, give these our people life jackets, you understand, to support the business.
At the Five Cowries Terminal in Falomo, the General Manager of the State Waterways Authority, Damilola Emmanuel, speaks about some of the progress made on the waterways.
On a monthly basis, we have 2 million people using the waterways across the entire waterways divisions of the state. And for us, that is progress, and that's what the state government is about. We want to see progress year after year. It doesn't just mean that we're going to see that drastic progress. We want sustainable, traceable, and of course incremental progress, which we've been seeing even over on the waterways. Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu's administration, from coming in, realized that this issue of safety was something that we needed to work on, and we're very, very aggressive with ensuring that we focused a lot more on safety. Even we didn't really focus on a lot more, even bringing in a lot of boats initially. We said, let's ensure that the current system we have is safe. Because if the current system we have is safe, it gives people confidence, then we can begin to increase the fleet of operators and of course increase the numbers as well on the waterways. And that's why we're seeing this incremental progress, because of the safety measures we've put in place. The government side, we have 20 boats in the fleet of the Lagos State Ferry Services, and really it was just to be able to set the standards for the kind of boats we want to see on our waterways. For the private operators, we have as much as 365 private boat operators. So clearly, the private boat operators are more like 90% of the sector, and the government and other operators just make up 10%. The main focus for us now is to enhance even the private operators, and government wants to find ways to support them as well. So the government currently has in its plans to even help the private operators with boats as well, and of course it will be on a payback basis. I'll say over 70–80% of the boats we currently have on the waterways are being locally produced. However, what we've been trying to do is increase the standards, which is why we introduced Lagos Ferry Services, which has set the standards. But we're not stopping there. We're even going a lot more, even higher than the current standards of what we have right now, to ensure that people can then see that these boats even meet international best practices. So between now and next year, you're going to see new locally produced boats, which the government is going to also introduce into the sector as well.
He also responds to some of the concerns raised by commuters.
And what we've done is to introduce what we call biannual inspection of these boats. And by that biannual inspection, we check everything, from all the technical parts of the boats to the safety components of the boats. And then we realized that was not enough. We needed to do what we call random inspections, because that way you're not prepared. You must make sure, you do what you should do. The passengers have a right to give us reports. We constantly get reports, either through our social media channels or even through direct communication. You've seen them passing through our office. Some of them walk freely into the office, make these complaints, and we move straight to be able to tackle and address the issue. We want to get to a point where we even see 0 accidents on our waterways. Last year, we only had 2 major incidents on the waterways. And I'm sure you even know this, that before now, you hear of 10, 11, 12, major accident, but last year it was just 2. The state government will not, and I repeat, will not hesitate to ensure that the full wrath of the law is meted out to any operator who flouts the rules and regulations. We want to also start doing, of course, as you know, breath tests for them as well. Have they been under the influence of alcohol in any way? It's also important for us. We want to introduce that this year as well.
The next stop is the State Waterways Monitoring and Data Management Center, launched by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu about 4 months ago to improve safety on the waterways.
This is the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, where you have an inland waterways control room, which enables us gather accurate data on the waterways, which also helps enhance safety on the waterways and security, of course, and of course enables us to be able to plan adequately, and of course, most importantly, monitor the waterways. We have various locations being showcased. This is Liverpool in Apapa, that is Ebute Ojo Terminal in Ojo. This is where we currently are, the Five Cowries Terminal in Falomo, and we also have the Ikorodu terminal as well being showcased there as well. And beyond that as well, what we're able to do at each of these jetties is begin to get even data of how many passengers have actually come there, how many boats have come there as well. And if you break down even this analysis, you can even go down to how many male, how many female, how many children were actually on each trip. And this begins to give us a total count of all the kind of data that we adequately need on our waterways. There are officers here who are constantly, of course, as you know, monitoring all of these activities. And this is just the first phase. You know, now we're in the age of technology, and you must be able to use technology to be able to, of course, enhance safety. And knowing that waterways transportation is an integral mode of that integrated transportation system in Lagos State is very, very key that we had this. The second phase, of course, which we're going to see take off eventually of this control room, is that we actually want to now begin to monitor each of these boats and begin to see where are they going, what has happened to them in case of emergencies. They can alert the control room so that we're able to respond, you know, in real time to them as well.
The Search and Rescue Operation Unit has also gone a step further with the introduction of a geo-portal for effective monitoring of the waterways.
With me here is the control system for the wall screens. This is where we control all the information that you can see on the wall. The Lagos State Inland Waterways Authority, the Waterways Monitoring and Data Management Center, is also attached to what we have, what we call a geoportal. This geoportal gives us information about bathymetric data along the entire inland waterways. The bathymetric data obviously means we are able to, from this location, to tell the depths along or and across the entire Lagos inland waterways. This has its safety benefits. It also has the information that can be useful for people that are carrying out search and rescue operations, and also for those of them that are interested in infrastructural development across or along the entire stretch of the Lagos inland waterways. For the Lagos State government, the advantage of this system is we're looking at developing an ITS, which is the Intelligent Transport System, and also for us to be able to inform proper transport planning, which would obviously mean socio-economic development to the state. And for the citizens of Lagos State, there is the idea of improving their security while they are within the Lagos inland waterways due to our 24 hours camera monitoring, and also to improve safety because enforcement and search and rescue operations have become drastically reduced, because we can now see and we can now tell within the Lagos inland waterways where our passengers are and where our boat operators are. Further to what the general manager said with regards to our subsequent phases within this project is to develop a tracking system whereby all vessels on the Lagos inland waterways will be seen directly based on their geographic location on the geoportal, and of course we will also be able to communicate with them, and this of course altogether improves the transport network system, it improves passenger reliability, and of course it improves safety for all Lagosians.
The ultimate plan by the Lagos State government is to enhance this mode of transportation and create an effective intermodal system through the waterways, road and rail.